When I first saw you, I didn't know the tune my heart would play. It was soft at first, like the quiet hum of strings before they're touched with intention, before they are coaxed into song. I'd heard melodies before, but never like this, never with the kind of magic your eyes carried, as if they were already singing to the rhythm of my pulse. You walked into my world not like a storm, but like a long-awaited sunrise. I didn't realize how dim the light had been until your presence warmed it. Until everything I looked at seemed to have more color, more depth, more feeling. You didn't ask for my trust. You earned it in the way only true grace can, by listening before speaking, by seeing me before I even introduced myself fully. I was princess, yes, trained to lead, to smile, to carry a kingdom in my gesture. But with you I was just a girl, barefoot inside my own hopes, walking a little slower just to linger near the music you made. And in that linger, I began to understand what it meant to want for no reason but truth, what it meant to feel something honest, something rare. There is something so sacred in the way you hold silence. Not the kind that fills the room when words fail, but the kind that speaks louder than anything ever could. In the stillness between us, there was a language I hadn't yet learned, but somehow understood. My heart answered before my thoughts caught up. And it was in that quiet, suspended world where I felt safest. You are not made of thunder, not of dramatic declarations or reckless passion. You are the steady hand after the storm. The whispered vow that doesn't need an audience. I have met many people with loud intentions, hearts that beat too fast to stay in one place. But yours is a rhythm I could write my future to. I don't know how it happened. How we went from strangers in separate stories to a shared sentence, a joined verse. But now that we're here, I don't want to turn the page without your name written beside mine. Again and again, we align like constellations only the brave can find. And I, born into legacy, choose to be brave for love. I choose you. Do you know what it feels like to carry centuries of tradition in your name, and still wish to abandon it all, just to chase one unguarded laugh from someone who sees you without your crown? I do. I live it each time I look at you. They told me love was dangerous, that it could unravel all I've been woven from. But I say let it undo the weight of history, if it means I get to be light in your arms. I am not afraid of what they whisper when I smile too long in your direction. Let them say I've fallen. Let them call it reckless. They don't know the sweetness of your gaze, or the way your presence turns duty into desire. With you the world becomes softer, less of a stage and more of a sanctuary. You are not a secret I wish to hide, you are the truth I want to live. You have given me permission to be more than what I was born to be. With you I'm not just royalty, I am real, and real love is worth every risk. There are nights when I lie awake just remembering the way your fingers brushed against mine, as if music itself traveled through our skin. We weren't holding hands, we were holding time still. I've read stories in books gilded with gold, heard poets sing of lovers across battlefields and centuries, but nothing prepares you for the way your heart changes when love becomes a person. You became that person. My song, my shelter, my answer. I never knew I was incomplete until you spoke to the parts of me I'd never dared voice. And when you did, I saw myself truly for the first time. You make me want to be better, not for a title or a role, but for the look in your eyes when I do something kind. You see me, don't you? Even when I try to hide behind tradition or armor. You find me, and the miracle is, you stay. In a world where everything is fleeting, you remain steady, sure, beautifully unapologetically present. And in your presence I find the quiet courage to believe in forever. I've danced in gilded halls, bowed before kings, and spoken beneath the weight of history, but no moment, no royal command, compares to the memory of your voice calling my name, like it was something sacred. You didn't say it with reverence, no more like you were smiling through it, savoring the taste of it on your lips. I felt my name become a promise in your mouth. That's when I knew I didn't just want love, I wanted yours. I wanted the laughter we've yet to share, the arguments that would only end in forgiveness, the moments of doubt softened by our faith in one another. I wanted it all, and I still do. Every morning I wake with the thought of you threaded through my breath, and every night I fall asleep hoping your dreams meet mine in that quiet somewhere between stars. We may be bound by different worlds, different expectations, but where love lives, we are the same. Two hearts, two souls, two notes aligned in a harmony we never had to rehearse. When I imagine the future now, I don't see a throne or a crown. I see your hands, I see your quiet strength standing beside me when the world grows loud. I see us building a life that doesn't make headlines, but makes meaning. One where love isn't a performance, but a practice, daily, delicate, deliberate. I know the world will question, they will pry, predict, even protest, but let them, because what they cannot touch is what we've built in silence. In stolen glances, in the way you kiss my forehead like it's more royal than my birthright. And maybe it is, maybe your love is the most sacred thing I've ever been offered. Not because it's grand, but because it's true. I would trade 100 ballrooms for one quiet morning with you. I would give away every diamond for the way you hold my gaze. And I'd choose this love, our love, again and again because it makes me more than I was before. With you I am whole. There are letters I've never sent, words I've only whispered into moonlight. Prayers I've laced into the seams of royal gowns. Most of them begin and end with you. What is it about you that makes even silence feel like poetry? When you're near, the world stops trying to impress me. It just breathes simply and honestly, like you. I've watched you walk into rooms with that quiet confidence, never needing to outshine. Just being, and somehow that's always enough. I've tried to capture it in writing, in thought, in dreams. But the truth is, you are a song that only the heart can play, and mine has learned your melody. I used to think destiny was written in bloodlines and laws, in signatures and ceremony. But now I wonder if destiny is actually the moment our eyes met, when everything else fell away. If love is rebellion, then I am its most willing traitor. I would betray every expectation for the chance to live this life beside you. Not because it's easy, but because it's real, because it matters, because it's you. Even now as I write these words, I can feel you in them. You are everywhere, in the pauses, in the echoes, in the rhythm of every line. I wish you could hear how my heart beats when I speak of you. It is not soft, it is not careful. It is wild, brave, unapologetically yours. They trained me to be measured, to choose every gesture, every word with caution. But love is not cautious. It leaps, it believes, it knows. And I know as surely as I know my own name, that what we share was written long before I wore a crown, or carried a nation's hope. It was written in the stars. Yes, but not in the way fairy tales tell it. It was written in our choices, in the way we keep choosing each other, even when the world tells us not to. In the way we love, not loudly, but truly. That is the miracle, that is our music, that is everything. And if the day ever comes when we must stand before the world and explain what this is, I will not tremble. I will look at you, and that will be enough. Let them write headlines, let them speculate, let them spin their story. We have our own story, written not in ink, but in glances, in quiet understanding, in the way we reach for each other even when no one is watching. I never imagined I would find this kind of peace. Not in palaces, not in politics, but I found it in you. And I will spend my life protecting that peace, no matter what it costs. Because this love, it is not a distraction, it is not a phase, it is the very reason I am brave enough to face whatever comes. So let them wonder, let them watch. I have already chosen my forever, and it wears your smile. So here we are, two lives written in separate languages, now learning how to speak in harmony. I don't know what the future holds, but I know who I want beside me. You, with your quiet strength, you, with your unshakable heart, you, who loved the girl behind the crown. I never thought a life of duty could lead to a love like this.